All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
And I'm Joey Nickel.
Welcome to Today Is.
All right. Okay, welcome to Today Is. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
I am shocked that you even had that. Listen, we picked our topic. Our topic today, it's Pride Month.
Yes. And I am very proud.
No, our topic today, we picked our topic literally 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago.
And somehow you had this ready to go.
I had this
ready to go.
Absolutely ready to go.
In fact, that's just what you were wearing today.
Yeah.
It just happened to be what you were wearing today.
I went to the DMV, and I dress like this as I always do when I go to the DMV.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. We have the shocking conclusion to the Europe story. The problem is I don't remember what I said on the last one. Do you remember where I left it off with Europe?
You had just talked about boarding the boat.
Okay, so I did not talk. Okay, all right. So I didn't talk about anything that happened on the cruise.
You did not talk about anything that happened
I've got a good story
on
for
the
that.
cruise.
I've got a good story for that. All right, well, okay, that's good. So we'll put a pin in that. Any shows this week? You do anything fun?
What day is this coming out? Is this
or what did you do any shows?
Did I do anything?
What
fun?
happened this week in between last week and now?
So I actually got exciting news. It's about an upcoming show, but it's something that I was not expecting.
I didn't ask you about upcoming shows.
I know, but it's exciting news.
But you got the news last week.
I got the news between shows.
All right, so, I'll allow it.
So it's something I've got to cover. I was accepted into the Florida's Funniest Comedian contest.
Oh, you were worried about that. You thought you weren't going to be. Wait, you told me you weren't accepted.
I was told I was not.
Oh, I bet somebody canceled.
What happened is they mixed up the dates in the application. They announced like 15 people, and everyone's like, that's not the city I signed up for.
Oh, okay.
And they went back and they're like, yeah, we did this completely wrong, so they had to take the post down and waited like 3 more days to post.
That explains why you had so much trouble with that.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, this
so
is...
You're going to do Florida's Funniest. Now, which location are you doing?
I am doing Sunrise Theater in Fort Walton or Fort Pierce. It's like... side by side, like half the addresses are one, but it's down right outside of like Fort Lauderdale area.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Fort Pierce then.
Fort Pierce.
Fort Walton is in the Panhandle.
Okay, so Fort Pierce then.
Yeah.
Fort Pierce. My fault. Yep. So Fort Pierce, I got confused because again, so many things got mixed around and put together.
Fort Walton is where the block is.
Okay.
For the Comedy Zone.
Gotcha.
But Fort Pierce, all right.
Fort Pierce, yes.
But it's not at a comedy club. It's at or do they do comedy there often?
They do comedy there often.
Oh, okay.
So
because the biggest reason to do Florida's Funny is to get to do clubs you don't get to normally do.
Right.
At least that's for me. That's what I tell myself when I never win.
Yeah.
But that's. So that's exciting. You'll get to do a venue you've never done before.
I get to do a venue I've never done before. It is technically a theater.
That's nice.
I'm going to work with some comedians I know of but have not met.
Yeah.
In a venue that regularly books like a comedy night. They do at least two a month. Is my understanding.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right. So they do regular comedy there. Nice. It's a comedy venue.
Regular shows, comedy. So I love it. I'm excited, and I know it's about a future show, but it was exciting news for me.
What's the date of that one?
It is April 11th. So
it's coming up.
Yeah, it's
like
in
a week and a half.
Yes.
All right.
So it's very, very soon.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We had, let's see, I didn't really have any big shows this week. I just had the open mic, which has become a big show.
It has become a big show.
We are packed every week. We have no less than 15 to 20 comics come out every week, and then we have real audience members. This week we had a nice core group of audience members sitting right in the middle that did very well. They had that half of that table had never been to the show before.
Fantastic.
The other half were regulars that brought the other half to come out and check it out. We are now doing cheesesteak every other week.
Every other week?
Or
wow.
twice a month. I don't know if it's every other week, but twice a month. So the next one will be coming up because it'll be the first. I believe he's doing first and third.
First and
third.
Okay.
First and third Mondays, there will be cheesesteaks available for purchase at Shantytown Open Mic.
I'm a comedy fan, and I tell the people in the audience, comedy comes first. But it's worth going there just
it's
for
worth
the
the cheesesteaks are very good. The cheesesteaks are very good, and I'm very happy that that's happening. I feel like it makes the show more legitimate. It's like people can actually come there on a night out. It feels more like a comedy club to have food and drink and some good comics. I will guarantee a minimum of 20% of the comedy will be very good.
20%, and frankly, that is good for an open mic.
I would say any given Monday, I would say that at least I'll be there. Usually Marcus is there. Usually one or two other professional comics show up on any given Monday. So it's always a fun show, even with the non-professional comics, even the open micers who come out and are trying to get their reps in. We get a lot of good sets from there.
This feels like an empty promise, but I swear I promise. When I'm not having rehearsals on Monday, I try to come out because it is a great show.
It's a great show. I love it a lot. And if you ever want to try stand-up comedy, my suggestion would be to come watch the show and don't get up the first time. Just watch the show, and you'll see enough people that you'll go, I can do this.
Yes.
You'll see enough.
That is how I started. I went to an open mic, and I saw a bunch of comedians, some of which are some of my favorite professional one of which is one of my favorite professional comedians now. Danny Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him the first time I went to an open mic,
Yeah.
and he was the one person there that I didn't say I'm funnier than him.
Yeah.
But I still thought, wow, I can be as funny. I was wrong about that. He's amazing. It's just a great way to start. And worst comes to worst, cheesesteak. Yeah,
it's a good show, good food. Come out. If you don't drink alcohol, they always have a good stock of sodas there. A good stock of glass bottle sodas that are quite delicious. He usually has some good Jones soda as well as cheer wine and stuff like that. So he's always got something.
I rarely drink the fizzy drinks, but cheer wine is very tasty. I love that stuff.
Cheer wine is very good. It's one of my favorite sodas. And you can't get it everywhere. You can't. It's kind of a hot commodity. It's not a hugely mass produced soda. In fact, I don't think you can get it outside of the southeastern United States. I guess it goes kind of up to like Virginia. You can get it in Virginia and places like that.
I mean, they fought for the South in the war, so it is kind of still the South.
I guess it's still the South, but not Southwest or Southeast. It's not the southeastern United States, really. It's more like the South. It is. It's more like. Well, I guess it is Eastern.
Yeah.
I guess it is. It's more like.
You're thinking of West.
It's the Middle East. It's the Middle East is what it is. It's the Mid East.
Because of the war.
Yeah. By the way, is there any? I'm not going to say who I'm referring to, but is there any more like out of touch sounding or boomer sounding thing to when you hear a politician talk about the war, use the term the Mid East? Like, doesn't that sound boomery to say the Mid East instead of the Middle East? Nobody calls it the Mid East.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like people have been calling it the Middle East.
Right.
Like, first of all, the Mid East sounds like somewhere here. That sounds like the United States.
It sounds like somebody's trying to throw in some cool youth slang. While making it's like it's the Mid East.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're mid.
They're mid. Yeah, they're the Mid East. We have the. Anyway,
yeah.
there's a lot of news about the war going on right now, and then one of the politicians said like used the term the Mid East, and it's like who calls it the Mid East?
Yeah,
that's only what you call, if you're talking about the NBA playoffs and the Eastern Conference is doing a terrible job this year, they're the Mid East, or they're whatever. So I discovered a new open mic that is not a comedy open mic.
It's not a comedy open mic.
It is an open mic. It is a music open mic at Lillian's. You know Lillian's? It's just up 17. It's like before you hit like Edgewood and all that.
Okay.
Like before Edgewood, before Waffle House, there's a little plaza with a restaurant called Lillian's. Now that place has been there for a long time, and they have a stage. They have a back room with a stage and set up and everything. And they have an open mic every Thursday. Turns out a music open mic, but I saw it listed on the just on the Jack's Open Mics Facebook page.
Right.
And I messaged the guy. I said, "Hey, any chance I could? Could I come do a set? Could I come to? Even though it's a music open mic, do you mind if I come do a set?" He said, "That's cool, but we do get kids in there sometimes. Like it's kind of family friendly, so if you can be pretty clean and try to stay away from political stuff." And I immediately brought out my Mid-East bit.
Yes, I mean you have to at that point.
So I said that's no problem for me, and and you sign up for a slot ahead of time. There's a website you sign up for a slot. I sign up, and he said try to. If you can go on a little bit later, like go on later in the evening, that would be better. And so I signed up for the 9:45 slot last week. I got 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Wow.
Did very well. I did some
edgy stuff.
I did some real edgy stuff. A lot of getting kicked off roller coasters and stuff. I did some good tried and true material at the beginning, and at the end I probably did 5 to 7 minutes of my A material, and then I ended with the 5 to 7 minutes of A material kind of stuff, and then I did the chunk in the middle was all new stuff that I'm working on, which it worked out perfectly to have a 15-minute set to do that.
Yeah, that is fantastic, having 15 minutes at an open mic to try that.
Yeah.
The experimental part is these people aren't necessarily used to it.
Yes, so I was a little worried because I was like, they're not going to be used to comedy, and apparently the host of the show did stand-up comedy for a while.
Okay.
And Chris Buck came with me, and he knew who Chris Buck was, and Chris didn't want to do a set, though, because I think he just didn't want to. He hates kids, like Chapel Roan. You know about Chapel Roan?
I've
heard about that?
I've heard all about that.
She hates kids, apparently?
Yeah, she hates kids, and she's been forced to not perform in Brazil, and...
Listen, that is our listener base in Brazil.
Yeah.
11% of our listener base, to be exact, is in Brazil. And
that's why I've been keeping up.
I've been keeping up.
It matters to you.
It matters to Brazilians. I will say that I do find it refreshing that a wealthy celebrity is in the news for hating children.
Yes.
That is refreshing.
Yes. I mean, thank goodness.
I feel like we're moving in the right direction as a country, finding out that she hates children.
Yeah, there's a pendulum swing. We want the middle.
We want the middle, but I'll take the other side. I'll take it the other way.
I'm glad we're not over here.
Yeah. So anyway, Chris didn't want to go up, probably because he didn't want to have to clean it up for that night, or he just wasn't prepared to go up. But anyway, great show. The audience loved it. It was some of the best laughs I've gotten on some of that old material that I've gotten in a long time. Almost everybody was paying attention. There was one table that had started talking by halfway through my set, which 15 minutes of comedy, if you don't know there's going to be comedy, 15 minutes of comedy is a lot.
Yeah.
If you don't know there's going to be comedy. Not that stopped us in the past.
No.
At every bar show we've ever done, where we do hours of comedy.
Yes.
But it is 15 minutes can be a lot. So I tried to keep it rolling. I tried to keep it high energy and keep it fresh. So it did really well. So I'm going back tonight is what's going on. We're recording this on Thursday. This will come out tomorrow night. Tomorrow no, tomorrow. Yeah, this will come out tomorrow, April 3rd. Today's April 2nd.
Today's April 2nd.
So this will come out April 3rd. But I just thought it was good. There's no Thursday mic right now. I don't have Root Down anymore.
Right.
So I thought I'd go out there, and as far as I know, there's no other comedy open mics available right now. So I'm gonna go try it out again tonight. And I hear they have good food. I didn't eat the food last time. I might try this time.
I've heard of Lillian's before, so I'm pretty sure I've heard of it as a food place. So that sounds.
I've heard they have
good
wings, and
Okay.
they usually have specials on Thursday. So I'll check it out. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, that's about all I've done. Just did the open mic at the Comedy Zone. Other than that, no really big shows.
So, so there is one thing that I had that I found interesting and wanted to share with you. Let me find this here. So, a friend from church approached me. She's like, "Hey, I have a niece. I believe it was a niece who does some stand-up comedy in New Jersey, and New York, and she's going to be down here for a little bit. Would you be interested in maybe having a show with her or something?" I'm like I don't know if that's even possible. I'm happy to talk to her and see what we can do. See how it works out. And we end up texting back and forth, and I pull up her website, and she's got a management company.
Oh, so she's a legit.
Yeah, she's a legit.
So this aunt probably doesn't even know.
No idea.
That she's a
yeah.
legit comic. Like
Yes.
she's okay.
But I still texted with her. I'm like, hey, I'm at the point in my career I should be asking you for shows and time. Yeah, I would, if I can find something and something makes sense, I would be happy to work with you. But yeah, I'm not going to promise anything right now. So we might have a headliner that would be interested in the area just because her family's here.
And she's now. This was, hey, I have a niece, or my niece is coming to visit. Was that the pretense? Or just, hey, I have a niece?
And she plans on being down here doing like certain things. She was telling me that she's got like shows booked down at like Snappers and and all of those. But like her family is up here in North Florida area. So I'm just like, hey, let's just chat about it. I've got no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm busy. I'm not gonna have time to really look at anything much more than that little discussion for like the next month. So who knows? But yeah, just I felt like just saying that because it sounded
all right.
cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got shows I could, if she's legit and everything, it might be fun to get her on some shows. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen. Usually when somebody says, I have a niece that does comedy, or I have a relative that does comedy, it's like, oh, all right. And then you look them up, and it's like, and you look them up, and their Facebook profile name just got changed to comedian whatever.
Right. Or
got a new job recently. Started working at stand-up comedy, and it was, a week ago or whatever.
Right. Or it's like, hey, let me refer you to my old MySpace page.
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
oh, so you did this a while ago for a week.
So very rarely does it actually end up being a real stand-up comic.
Yeah,
that has a working touring stand-up comic.
which is why I was flabbergasted to the point like I think I should bring this up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I do have a story I want to tell. Oh, do you have a Butt Watch update? Butt Watch 2026? Any updates?
So Butt Watch update 2026.
Hemorrhoids update.
I've been slowly getting better. The last 2 days, a little bit of pain. I think I was not drinking as much water as I should have been. A little dehydrated, and I'm gonna have to start re-drinking the water. Unfortunately, I got myself some decaf coffee. But rehydration, that is the key. And I'm gonna have to do some driving here in the near future for shows. So I'm hoping that does not impact me as much as I think it
Can
might.
I get a piece of paper?
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot to bring a paper to write down notes.
Do with it as you will. I was giving you the whole thing just because it might be easier to write on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, that's going on road. Knowing you have road trips coming up.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have to sit on a plane for 8 hours.
Oh, I
Well, more than 8 hours because there's like the tarmac time. There's I don't know. It was pretty rough. Sitting on all that plane riding did do a number on my body. Like it has really hurt my joints. I have psoriatic arthritis, and I put off my medication dose because I didn't want it to get delivered while I was in Europe. So now I've got to redo it, and so I'm kind of behind on doses. So now my back and joints are kind of messed up, and it's hard to sleep, that kind of stuff. Anyway, speaking of Europe,
I would like to hear more about Europe.
all right, so I do have a story. So I got on the ship. I did. Once I got on the ship, I don't know that I heard an American accent on that ship other than my family.
Wow.
I never heard any Americans on the ship. I did not ever meet another American on that ship.
So no one was loud.
No, they were Italians on the ship.
Okay,
so
okay,
they were pretty.
good
They were pretty
point,
loud.
good
We
point.
left out of Italy, so they were pretty loud. Yeah, there were no. I did not see another American on that ship. The next time I heard an American accent was in Barcelona, which is known for American accents.
Right.
No, the next time I heard an American accent was in Barcelona, just randomly at the park. We went to a park while we were there.
Okay.
And the ship was great. The food was good. The pasta everywhere, every Italian, all the pasta is great in Europe. I mean, it's just there's not even comparable to what we can get in the United States.
Yeah.
The pasta is just so good. It's just denser and thick. It's never mushy. They just I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm sure it's just it's not highly processed. Coming from. To be fair, I buy Walmart pasta. Like I buy Walmart angel hair spaghetti. That's my go-to pasta. So to be fair, that's not, if I wanted to, I could probably find some better pasta.
Right. Yeah. When I splurge and buy pasta now, I try to get like something from like Fresh Market or something like that. Where,
so I might try to find some better pasta. But yeah, food was so good. The cruise was great. We left out of an Italian port. We went to Nice. No, we went to Nice to spend the night, and then we took a train to the Italian port.
Okay.
On the way, we passed through Monaco.
Oh.
Which
so
was
extra little country.
Yeah, a little extra country on our list of countries that I've been to. And the train ride was fun. It was a couple-hour train ride to our port. We got on in Italy. It was pouring down rain, which is a lot of fun. So this cruise ship is different. It's a different experience than any cruise I've been on. I've only ever been on tropical cruise ships. I've only ever been to tropical destinations. And this was very different because it wasn't flip-flop swim trunks vacation-y. It's not that. You're going to cities, and you're going to see these cities, these ancient cities and stuff like that. You're going to European cities. Some, there are beaches there, but not really. Like, in fact, there's coastline there, but I didn't. It also was maybe too cold to go to the beach.
Right.
But like, I didn't see anybody going to it wasn't like a beachy feel. Like everybody was going in to see the city.
It would be like visiting like Maine or something like up in the northeast of the United States, like Nova Scotia, where it's cold. You see the beach, you're still wearing a sweater.
So it wasn't like it wasn't a tropical vacation-y beach, kind of atmosphere. We were going to go see the sights at these cities, and it was great. We went to We went to Palermo, which is in Sicily. That was great. The food was amazing. We went to Barcelona. The food was good there too. We went and saw this giant. I think it was La Familia. Something.
So
I forget. There's a giant church there.
okay, that translates to the family something.
It's like there's a term. There's like a term for this type of church, and this one was the something. I forget. Anyway, it's famous.
Famous somethings.
It's huge, and it started construction in the 1800s, and is still under construction.
They're slow.
Yeah, they really need to get their act together in Barcelona.
And they wonder why the U.S. has become the world power.
Yeah, exactly. But it was wonderful. It was an amazing structure. There was a nice little park there in front.
Okay.
My son, Packer, the 8-year-old, had done a report about this, about the person who designed that church.
Okay.
And for his class, and he was so excited to go see it in person. And we bought a little model of it, I think. Yeah, we bought a little model of it, and it was a lot of fun. He got a T-shirt about it and a little lunchbox, a little Barcelona lunchbox. We went to a grocery store while we were there, which was a lot of fun. They have, you ever seen those like ham legs that
Yes.
you buy and then you set them on this thing and you slice off pieces for like a month.
Yep.
They had a whole bunch of those in this supermarket.
Yeah.
And they had fresh squeezed orange juice vending machine.
Oh my.
So like you just go up to this machine, you get an empty bottle, you push what size you're doing, and then it just oranges are like sitting there, and then they just fall into the squeezer, and then you get a bottle of fresh squeezed orange juice.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That was great, and we got a baguette and some cheese and stuff like that. Just random food there. That's what we wanted to do in all these cities. You just want to go find some random food, get a good baguette, get a slice of pizza, whatever. We went
a hot dog.
Yeah, yeah. A churro. That it was a lot of fun. To do that, to just wander the city, do that kind of stuff. We saw the Christopher Columbus monument there. All that kind of stuff was great in Barcelona. We went to Marseille, which is great. We saw the Chateau d'If, which is from Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if I already said that in the last one. I don't think I said that.
You did not, because I would have remembered Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody recently about it, and she's like, isn't that a Edgar Allan Poe story? I said, no, you're thinking of the Cask of Amontillado.
Oh.
Which I am very shocked I remembered that title from high school.
I would not have.
So anyway, that Count of Monte Cristo, the Chateau d'If, you can see it off the coast there. We hiked up this big hill to this big church. Lots of churches around, just lots of Catholic churches, everywhere we went, and you could see like the whole coastline of Marseille, which Marseille has about close to 2 million people.
Okay.
So it's a big city, and it is fun to look up there and see the whole city there. We got to do that a couple times in different cities. We got to do that, but that was fun. And Marseille, we went to this bakery and got these pastries, these French pastries, and another baguette. It's just everywhere we went, we'd get, because the baguettes are like $1 or something like that. They're cheap.
They're cheap. They're so good.
We had a problem with the dinners on the cruise, getting us butter. Like, I don't know why they would bring us rolls and no butter. And we would have to ask for the butter, and it would take a while to get the butter. And by the time the butter came, it was time to eat. So we bought some butter while we were in Marseille, and brought it on the ship and had our own butter. And it was delicious. It was amazing butter. So that was fun to do. And Marseille, I really enjoyed going to the French bakeries there. I got I got this slice of pizza that was really good. Everybody was so nice. I was worried about French people because I hate them.
Oh,
but
and you should.
But like, I never once had an issue with somebody not being able to speak English that I needed to speak English. Like, every customer service person I ran into was able to understand what I was trying to say and what I was trying to order, that kind of stuff. You do get into the habit of saying, of learning "excuse me" in all the languages, because it's crowded and I'm giant. So if you're in Italy, it's actually scusa. They say scusa. I thought it was scusi also. I thought it was scusi, but it's scusa. They say scusa in Italy, and in France, it's pardon. You just say pardon,
Pardon.
pardon, and merci for thank you. You know, stuff like that. And in Italy, it was grazia.
Grazia.
You say grazia in Italy, and and scusa.
I'm pretty sure at some point you have to say "sacre bleu."
Yeah. Yes. At one point I did learn I forgot it now, but I did learn the phrase, "Please move, I am huge."
Oh.
When we were, because there was just I couldn't. There was like we were trying to get out of one of the churches to go back into the outside, and there just was this little opening, and everybody was like taking. I couldn't get in to take a turn because I was too big, and so I had to learn the phrase, "Please move, I am huge." And it worked. I got through then.
Nice.
So thanks to ChatGPT or whoever, I think it might have been Google. I might have Googled that.
I applaud your language ability.
I think I might remember it. Merci. Wait, what did I say? I know it was like je suis. I forget what it was. I forget. I remember learning the phrase though while I was in France, and it came in handy. That was a lot of fun. So those all the ports we went to were great. Rome was phenomenal. Every place we went to, it was like, I think I might have said this last time, everything got older. You know, it's like
Right.
400 years, 800 years, then 2,000 years when you get to Rome. Just these old buildings with old structures, and it was wonderful to see all these buildings. Something crazy that happened on the cruise, I was on The Voice by accident.
You were on The Voice.
Yeah. I was
what?
on the Italian Voice by accident. So
my.
I signed up for karaoke.
Okay.
Maybe the first or second night of the cruise. I did not know that it was going to be a competition. It was just karaoke, and I sign up and I go to the place. It's in this like theater, and there's 300 people there and 3 judges. The judges don't say anything; they just sit at a desk. And I ahead of time did some research to find out what I should sing as an American in front of an Italian audience.
Right.
And the answer was pick something that they can interact with. They love interacting with songs that are upbeat and stuff like that. One big suggestion was Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
Okay.
So I did Sweet Caroline. I got the audience to do the bum bum bums, and I put my microphone out there when we do that part, and everything worked great. They loved it. I had a great time, and then there was some, and I saw the judges, and there was some rumor that there was nobody speaks English on this
Right.
boat, so like I don't know what's going on. There was some rumor that it was some sort of competition. I didn't really know much about it. Then a couple days later, I get a note on the door. Please show up here at 10 a.m. for headshots. I have no idea what's going on.
They know you're an international celebrity comedian.
Yeah. I show up for headshots and song pick and rehearsal. So I'm there. I'm picking I have to pick a song. I've made it to the next level of the competition, which only 7 people made it to the next level of the competition.
Wow.
And the next level of the competition is a full-on The Voice. You ever watch The Voice with the chairs that turn?
I've seen.
It's like
highlights,
it's like an American Idol thing, but the
Right.
chairs turn. They don't see you first; they hear you, and then they turn their chairs if they like you.
Right.
I don't know, hundreds of people, like 500 people there probably in the audience. Big lights. There was a host. It was all recorded on TV and everything. And then I found out that like if you win this, then they do submit your name to be on national television in Italy.
Wow.
For the Italian Voice. I did not win it, but the whole time. So like from headshots. Which, by the way, headshot turned out great. I wish I could have gotten a copy. I couldn't track that down though. But from headshot to end of the competition, I really didn't even understand what was going on. I didn't know the format of the competition. Apparently, the judges turn if they like you, and then if more than one judge turns, you choose a judge, and then that comes into play later because the judges then pick their favorite of who chose them.
Right.
And then from there, the audience votes and to win. From those 3 people, the audience votes and wins.
Okay.
Now, in rehearsal, so when I'm picking the song, the person in charge, or the person that was kind of directing everybody, she did speak some English, so
Okay.
she was at least able to help me kind of figure some things out. And she said, I would suggest picking a fast song, something upbeat. Everyone else is picking slow songs. So I said, all right. So I picked Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis. Now, Blue Suede Shoes is a little high, so I said, are they able to bring it down a couple notes? And they're like, yeah, it should be fine. I get up there, band is great. Like,
Right.
the band immediately is like, the leader of the band's like, here, played a couple bars, help me get the notes right. Great. We did a full rehearsal of the song, worked out great. We all heard this one kid perform. He was maybe in his early 20s, maybe even younger. He was
Right.
young. I don't know how old he was or remember his name because he didn't speak English. Blew everybody away in the rehearsal. We all knew he was going to win. We all knew we had no chance at winning this competition. Not even close. Like, this guy was good looking. He was charismatic. He had a great voice, like phenomenal voice, like amazing voice. We all knew we were going to lose to this guy. And so that was great. And so, like, I'm actually glad I picked the song I did because I knew I had no chance to win against this guy head to head. Like, if I also try to pick a song that really is like really accentuates my vocal abilities and stuff,
Right.
I'm not even going to come close to this guy. So picking a song that I can bring another element to, like Blue Suede Shoes, and be upbeat, and I danced. I
Okay.
did a whole Elvis dance and everything, and everybody loved it. I got 2 judge turns,
Wow,
which
that-
I think is good. I got 2 judge turns, and thankfully the judges spoke English. That was like the first English I heard in the whole competition was the judges.
Okay.
So all I knew was, like, I was to go to this mark and sing. That's all the information I had. They brought, like, we all got, like, sequestered, and our phones had to be like, we gave our phones to our families and stuff. So I didn't have a phone. I'm just in this group of 7 people and a couple handlers. We go to, like, the dressing rooms of the ship and everything, and we're pulled off, and I'm just, for like 2 hours, I have no idea what's going on. I have no.
My question: did you get butter? Did you have butter with you?
No, I didn't bring any butter.
Okay, so now you're sequestered without butter.
Yeah.
This is becoming a problem.
I know this is a problem, and the show went great. Like, everybody, it was really fun, and the judges loved it. And then I didn't win, obviously. That we knew that guy was going to win. Then they bring out the trophy, and once I saw the trophy, I was like, I should have tried harder. That was a cool trophy. It was a big, heavy trophy.
Right.
But it was great. I got some really good pictures from it. I didn't buy the video, so you could buy the video.
Right.
Like, they give you, like, they make like a 7-minute video of your song, and the judges talking to you and your intro and everything. I didn't buy the video because it was like $100, and the reason why it's $100 is because you get the rights to it. So
Okay.
you're allowed to use it. It says The Voice on it and everything. Like, it's got the logos and everything, and you can use that on social media, or you can use it for anything you want to. If you want to make money off of it, you can. You have the rights. You own the rights to that video.
That's actually one of the few times where I've been told you can buy something.
Yes.
And it seems like it might be a pretty good deal.
Yes, that actually was a pretty good deal, and I would have. They let me watch it before I decided to buy it or not, which was great. I would have considered buying it, except for I messed up at the beginning, and I was like, I don't know. If I had done it perfect, I maybe would have forked up the $100 to get it. But I had that mess up at the beginning, and I just didn't. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. If I don't want to spend $100 on something that I'm not going to end up using because I messed up at the beginning.
Right. Gotcha.
So I don't know. It was a lot of fun though. It was fun. I had no idea what was going on. It's something I'd want to, like, make a short film out of or something. It's like that episode of Saturday Night Live when Chris Farley was on the Japanese game show. It was
Yes.
just like that. I had no idea what was going on.
I was actually going to bring that up because
That's exactly what it was. I had no idea. And now the only difference, if I do end up writing this into like a short film or something, or a sketch, I'm gonna win in the story. That's the only change I'll make, is that I win the competition. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was this crazy, unique experience that the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, should I have done this? Like, this is. But it was great. It was a lot of fun.
I assume it was a day at the sea.
It was the sea day. Yeah, it was the day at sea that we did it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. And the rest of the cruise was great. We went to Tunisia, which you already know about because we had
Right.
the episode from Tunisia. And then we did the most, and then I already talked about Disney a little bit, I think.
Just
episode.
You mentioned you went there.
Yeah, we went. We did the most American thing you can do in Paris. We went to Disneyland.
Right.
Which one of my favorite things that happened at Disneyland is I got to hear Darth Vader speak in French.
I have not heard that.
It was quite remarkable to hear Darth because it was Darth Vader's voice. Like
it was still the James Earl.
It was the James Earl Jones sounding. I don't know how they did it. Like it sounded like James Earl Jones. They did buy James Earl Jones's rights to his voice, like to use AI. So maybe they used AI to turn it into French, but it sounded like James Earl Jones, but in French. It was great. That was very fun to see. Now they did. Everything could be in English. Like we didn't when we met. We waited in line to meet Darth Vader, and he didn't speak French to us. He spoke English, just normal Darth Vader English. And but the people before us were French, and so that's when I heard the French. So everything was like that. Like if you met a character, they all spoke English.
Okay.
And so you kind of start. There's a point moments where you forget you're in France. Like we'll go on a ride, and it's like, and it just seems like normal Disneyland, and then all of a sudden. Captain Jack Sparrow's speaking in French, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot it's French. And sometimes we laugh because it sounds funny it catches you off guard, and you're like, oh, I'm just making fun of them now. But I should have done the Buzz Lightyear ride just to hear Tim Allen in French.
I don't think that is possible.
I didn't do the Buzz Lightyear ride. Now I regret it because I wish I'd have heard him in French. I did hear Spider-Man in French. There's a Spider-Man ride there,
right?
And what's his name? The guy who plays Spider-Man now. He's in the intro to the ride, but they have him dubbed over in French. So he's speaking French in it, but it's not the real actor doing the voice. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. My Europe trip was great. Everything was awesome.
That sounds fantastic. It sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I hope you get to do several more times.
Now, speaking of Europe, so we went to the Vatican.
Okay.
And we saw the Sistine Chapel.
Right.
And I don't know if you're familiar with the Swiss Guard.
I am very familiar. We actually talked about it.
Did we? We talked about how they look like clowns?
We did talk about
so that goes right into our topic today.
Yes.
Today is American Circus Day.
American Circus Day.
American Circus Day, and we thought this would be a good topic because today is the first day of the Clay County Fair.
Yes.
Today, Thursday is, if you're listening to this on Friday, it'll be the second day of the Clay County Fair. The Clay County Fair is the fair in the area.
Yes.
Like nobody cares about the Duval County Fair. Nobody cares about the city fairs
or the Nassau County
or the
Fair.
Nassau County Fair
I don't
or
think I've even heard of
Putnam County Fair.
Right. Yeah. No.
The Clay County Fair is the fair. That's the one everybody goes to. When they say the fair's in town, or when you refer to in the Jacksonville area, if you're referring to the fair, you're talking about the Clay County Agricultural Fair. That's what they call it.
Yes.
And it is something. It's literally 2 miles from my house. We go every year. It's always a fun time. The kids love it. The food is amazing.
They do have usually very, very good food and a good selection of things that I would not have normally thought would be at a Clay County Fair. Over here you can get steak. Steak on a stick.
Their steak tips are phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We get that every time we go.
Yep.
My two favorite meals, and maybe we'll do some favorites here. My favorite food at the Clay County Fair is steak tips and the Amish donuts.
Amish donuts, okay.
The big donuts.
Yeah, yep.
Those are the best donuts ever. We usually get a couple 3-packs. They're giant donuts.
Yep.
Really good. Those are my two favorite things. What's your favorite food at the Clay County Fair?
I always get one of the corn dogs that I see them make. Like they actually dip it in. You actually see it, and I usually go with like the jalapeno cornbread breading. I love corn dogs when they're made fresh like that. So I usually get that, but I also always try to find something that is slightly unusual. Like a couple years ago, they had frog legs at one place. So had those. Try to find something from like Cajun influenced or something like that. Just something fun because you can go by and see how they're making it because most of the kitchen work is done in trailers with windows, and you can see how fresh stuff is, and it's fantastically fresh most of the time.
Yeah, honestly, it's all pretty fresh. I mean, there's obviously a lot of fried foods there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not just fried foods, though.
Yeah, no.
One thing I've never gotten there is the turkey leg.
I'm not a fan of turkey legs.
I never have done it. I've done the turkey leg. I like turkey legs, but the problem is with those giant mutant turkey legs that they're so big. I can't even imagine how big the turkey is that they came from.
Right. I honestly think most of those are injected with like a saline.
They gotta be something,
solution,
yeah,
just
to plump them up.
Salt and
they gotta be. The problem with those turkey legs is you get to a certain point and the meat is just like not good anymore.
Yeah,
like the outer part of the meat is great, and especially the outer layer of the crust and the barbecue and the crispiness, and then you get a couple layers in, and then you get to a certain point where there's still meat left on the bone, but it's just not that great anymore once you get down to that point of the meat.
I'm not a fan of those,
or at least that was
legs.
My experience whenever I'd get a turkey leg at Disney.
Right,
but
I've tried a bite here and there. I'm not like when it's Thanksgiving. Or sometimes we'll do a turkey on Easter,
Yeah.
Those turkey legs, I love them.
Those
are fantastic.
Those are normal sized turkey legs.
Yes. Yep.
I would say that our go-to food, I think we get this every time. We get cheese fries.
Okay.
We get steak tips. We get the donuts. We get fried Oreos. That's my wife's thing. She loves the fried Oreos. And we get we always get a kettle corn, a giant bag of kettle corn.
My family's a big fan of kettle corn. I do like, and this seems weird. I'm a pretty big fan of the funnel cake that's over in the old Florida area.
Yeah,
cause
the old Florida area is
They'll like throw some spiced apples or something like that on there.
My kids actually really like the old Florida area.
I love old Florida.
There's a lot of activities there. There's a lot of that's where the little animals are. The baby animals are in the old Florida area.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun, and there's places to sit too.
Yes. Yep.
I like the old Florida area actually. That's a lot of fun. And then there's the pig races and stuff like that.
Oh, pig races are one of my favorites. It's usually they have pig races. They have the guys in the motorcycles in the big metal cage that they spin around.
Yeah, right. There's always some sort of stunt, and they usually get the divers, like the big. Yeah, the big water divers there and stuff.
It's very circusy.
Yes, there's a lot of circusy stuff going on, a lot of carnies there. And, and these people, they are carny. I mean, they are carnies. Like, they come and open these booths, and then they pack it up and go to the next town. Like, they are these traveling carnival people.
Yeah, they small hands smell like cabbages.
Yeah. What?
That's from Austin Powers.
Oh.
But, yeah, so in the thing is with we're on the opposite side of the state, but we're still very close to Ringling Brothers College.
That's true. The Ringling Brothers College is in Sarasota.
Yes.
And it is the most famous in the United States, at least. The most famous clown college in the United States.
Yes, although Florida State also has
their own clown college?
They have a circus kind of program because they have a big top on campus, like a big top tent on campus.
I did not know this.
That they do circus training and stuff at. Yes.
Huh. Do they do shows there?
Yeah.
I did not know this. I've been to Tallahassee so many times, and I did not know that
it's like 2 blocks away from the stadium.
I had no idea. I got to check that out next time I'm in Tallahassee. Yeah, Ringling Brothers has got to be the most famous in the United States as far as clown colleges. Now, clowning was actually is a French thing.
Yes.
Clowning started in France, and they call it clown.
Clown.
I want to say.
That
sounds like I'm making it up.
It
but,
does.
But I think that's what it's called. There's two types of clowning.
Okay.
There is a clown and a bouffon. There are two types of traditional French clowning. There's two types: clown and bouffon. Now, bouffon is always just buffoon. So that you have you have the buffoon and then you have the clown. So the buffoon, you're making fun of that guy. Like he is usually buffoon. You're doing some sort of impersonation too. That can be a buffoon.
Okay.
So like if you're doing but like you're acting like an idiot so that people can laugh at you.
Okay.
If you're a clown, you're making other people look like an idiot so that you can laugh with the audience at that person.
Gotcha.
So, and actually, somebody who is a traditional clown, he's a traditional clownist. Like he went to a clown college or he went to a clown school in Paris.
Okay.
Is Sacha Baron Cohen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Borat, all that.
Yeah.
Ali G. He has a traditional background in clowning, and he actually started. So some of his characters are bouffons, and some of them are clowns. And Ali G is a bouffon. Like you laugh at him because he's an idiot.
Right.
And he actually. Consulted with his clown teachers when making these films. So like he thought that Borat was a bouffon. Like he's like, Borat's a bouffon, and he said, no, Borat's a clown. Borat's a clown because you're making fun of everybody as you do your antics.
Right.
Like you're doing
Okay.
you are an idiot, but you're doing it to make other people look like an idiot, so that makes you a clown. And so there's some very traditional roots in the things that he does.
Wow. I knew that he was classically trained in theater.
Yes, he is also classically trained in theater, and but he's also classically clown trained.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm saying that correct.
I was unaware, and I am slightly impressed.
Yeah. Did you ever see the show Baskets?
I've seen bits of
Was
it.
Zach Galifianakis?
Yes. Yeah.
So in that show, the premise of that show is it starts with him in Paris, having just finished clown school in Paris. But the thing about Zach Galifianakis' character, which he is usually this guy in all of his things,
Right.
is he's not really good at the things that he does in whatever he's portraying.
Right.
And so he did finish clown school, but he never learned how to speak French. he never was good at it, and he thinks he's this artist clown now, who has now wants to now go on to do great things, and he goes back to the United States to go to his hometown, and his name is Baskets the Clown, all that kind of stuff, and he gets back to the United States. He gets a job at a rodeo,
Right.
and they all hate him because he's trying to do this artistic thing. Then he accidentally gets hit by a bull during one of the shows, and everybody loves it.
Right.
So now that's his thing. He's got to get pummeled by a bull every show.
See, I like it. My thoughts on or thoughts what I associate the traditional French clowning thing with is the episode of King of the Hill. Where
there was I would thought you were going to say an episode of Seinfeld.
No. So there's an episode of King of the Hill where Bobby finds out that there's a comedy class at the local college. Hank lets him sign up for it. It turns out it is
Turns out to be a clown class,
a traditional clown class where he's got to learn all of the French things, and Bobby is going.
I'm sure Hank loves this,
and Bobby is going to look very stupid if he does this in front of people that don't understand what's going on. And yes, Hank has to save the day the American way.
Yeah. Of course he does. Yeah. So I've never seen that episode. I got to watch that episode. I was thinking of that episode of Seinfeld when they get tickets to the opera for what's the clown opera? The Celliard? No, I forget what it's called. Anyway, and then there's a crazy guy after them, and George is trying to sell his ticket.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that episode. That it seems like that's like in like season like 3 or 4.
It's later on. It's not early on.
Later on.
It's like maybe it is 3 or 4. I don't know. All I know is he is dating the fiance in this one, but I think it's the first time around.
Okay.
So it's before because they break up and then get back together. George's fiance,
right? Who he murders.
Oh yeah. So spoiler alert on this 40-year-old show. But that almost the entire episode takes place in line to get into the opera. And it's all outdoors in New York.
I remember them being in line there. Yes.
But yes, there was something else. So I want to say the second show ever that I did professionally at the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
So this is, I think, the very first show professionally that I got paid to do anything for was opening for Ali Sadiq. That was the very first show.
Oh, nice.
Ali Sadiq, still one of my favorite comics of all time. I opened for him 3 times at the Comedy Zone. So I did, 15 shows with Ali Sadiq.
Right.
Every show was a little bit different. Every show was different. Some a little bit, some a lot. He was just a beast as far as doing different shows. Yep. In fact, the second time he came to town, so he asked for me. I don't know if it was the second time, but at least I know for sure the third time he asked for me to open for him because he really liked working with me. And I make an effort to do a different show when he's in when I'm opening for him. I make an effort to also do a different show because he's doing a different show every time. And he tells people, and he gets repeat business. He gets people to buy a ticket for another show. He says, hey, just to let you know, I'm going to do a whole different show tomorrow night. And he did. He would do a whole different show. The only thing he would do the same is he had one joke that was the same for the check drop.
Right.
So he had a specific check drop joke, which a lot of comics do. Yeah. Because it gets real distracting when they start dropping the checks, and as soon as he starts seeing that check drop, he addresses it and then does a joke about it and stuff like that. And that's the only joke that I remember being the same any night that we did it. 5 shows.
And you've got to give him grace for it because you're still going to say your name when you're walking out there. You're going to do something a little bit the same.
So yeah, it was phenomenal. He was always huge. I mean, that was one of those shows where I would sit and watch every show.
Yes.
Like most comics, I would watch the first night, and then maybe because the first night's fun, but it's sometimes a little different because it's the first night, the Thursday night show.
Yep.
And then I would maybe watch the Saturday early show.
Yep.
Because that's usually the best one. And it would be fun to see how well they did in the contrast and stuff. But I would watch almost the entire thing every time because it was always different, and he's such a good storyteller. Probably the best storyteller in comedy.
It's just captivating. Just sit there and watch this guy. Even
so good.
Even if there's not a laugh for a couple minutes, you're just into it.
And unfortunately, he's a little too big to come to the Comedy Zone now. He's doing theaters when he comes to Jacksonville, so it is a little disappointing that I don't get to work with him as much as I used to. But great guy, really good comic. He came and did the cigar bar after the Thursday show. At the time when I was running the 10 o'clock cigar bar show. Anyway, that had nothing to do with what I was about to say. The second time I ever got paid to do comedy at the Comedy Zone was to open for Steve-O from Jackass. And Steve-O is a trained clown from Ringling Brothers.
Yep.
He is a trained clown. He went to Ringling Brothers Clown College in Sarasota, and he can do stunts. He'll balance a ladder on his chin, stuff like that. He does this stunt where he can there's a glass of water on the table, and he can make the he can roll over the glass of water. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I knew that, and it was.
He has a classic. He has a real clown training background.
Right.
And he incorporates that. In the early days, he would incorporate that into his act. Not as much anymore. Now he does kind of a clip show, a stunt clip show thing, and kind of curates a clip show. But yeah, that was the second. That was how I found out about the Ringling Brothers College in Sarasota.
I actually found out about it from my brother-in-law, one of my best friends. Like, he had a group of friends that he hung out with in this area when I first got here. You know, I was kind of welcomed into the group, and one of the guys was and still is a professional photographer, you know, and does like a lot of project work, things like that, you know. And I was just chatting with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I went to Ringling Brothers," and I'm like, "I did not know that's a school." He's like, "Most people don't," but like one, and I was captivated by it because one of the jobs he got, he had a project where he got paid to go to Chicago and basically assemble Legos for like some huge Lego display. Like, he was up there for like a month just building Legos day in and day out, because like he did like all the backstage like stuff and whatnot. But it was cool. Shout out to his name. This is his nickname, Farty.
Farty. But he's not a clown.
He's not a clown. But
Farty the photographer.
Farty the photographer.
The fartographer.
The fartographer. Yes.
All right. Is he dead or in jail?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. With a name like that.
Yeah.
There was something else. One I did want to say in Baskets, there is an episode where he gets a job at Arby's, and he gets he becomes a mentor to a juggalo, and they put him together, like, you guys are gonna work together. You guys, you're both clowns, and it's this insane clown posse juggalo.
Nice.
But I thought that was pretty good. Oh, I buried the lead on, not the lead, but the best part about that show is Louis Anderson. Playing his mother.
I knew Louis Anderson was in that as
Louis Anderson is his mother, and won an Emmy for it.
Yes.
He's phenomenal in that. He's so good. And what's funny is I don't know that he really changes his voice that much. He kind of does. He says he's doing an impression of his mother in the show,
right?
And when he got the Emmy, he gave the credit to his mom. He's like, "This is for my mom. This is who I was doing in the show." But he doesn't really change his voice that much. But he's so good that I don't even think of him as a man at all in the show.
Right.
I think of him as the character's mom, as a woman. It's crazy how he was that good in that show that you don't even question that it's a man dressed up like a woman.
Right.
Which he's not trans in the show. He's playing a woman. He's playing an actual woman in the show.
Yeah, very very Hairspray-esque.
Yes, very much like Hairspray. Which in the movie they had John Travolta play her in the movie, and I don't know, like. It was fine. He did fine. He's a good dancer and a good singer, so that worked. But I still kind of felt like it was John Travolta in drag for the whole movie. Whereas, like, John Pinette played him on Broadway for a long time, and that seems great. Like, that's a perfect casting.
And Pinette had such an amazing singing voice.
Yes.
Most people
don't know that, but he was so good. Like, if you can, I think there are some clips on YouTube you can see of him performing some of those numbers. But he's the perfect casting for that.
Yes, it's just amazing.
Who was it? My sister saw it on. I think it was my sister saw it on Broadway, and it was Harry Firestein. Is that his name?
Yes,
Harry Firestein. Yep. Did he originate the role? Maybe.
I don't know if he originated the role, but I know Hairspray has a tradition where that character is always played by.
It's always played by a man. Yeah. But she saw it with Harry Firestein, and he did amazing with it. He might have originated the role when it became a musical. Okay. Because it was a movie first. Like, not a musical movie. It was just a movie.
I did not know that.
Made by John Waters. It was a John Waters film, just a straight-up movie. Then it became a Broadway musical.
Okay.
Then it became. Then they turned the Broadway musical into a movie, into a musical movie.
Okay.
And they had Christopher Walken was the dad.
I do.
And John Travolta was
Yep.
the mom.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a weird couple.
I know, right? And they have a whole number together, and they do they dance and sing together.
Well,
Which, by the way, Walken is classically Broadway trained.
Yeah, he was a song and dance guy.
He was.
That was his
He
thing.
was.
And then he got into acting.
Then he became Then he got into he was a performer, a song and dance performer, when he started off, and then he got into Hollywood acting and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of fall into it.
Yeah.
Jeez, Al Pete, man.
Right. All right. Well, I think we did pretty good with the topic today.
I think so.
We kind of went all over the place, but I feel like it was a good show.
It was like a circus.
Yeah, it was like a circus. You ever been to Circus in Vegas?
I have.
That used to be the only place you could take kids was Circus.
Yeah, and that's how I went.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's not what it used to be, by the way.
I think it was in Reno that I.
Oh, there was a Circus in Reno?
I think so. I forget. I was like eight or nine.
Circus is an old traditional. It's been around for a long time, but it used to be. If you brought kids to Las Vegas, that was the only place you could go with them.
Yeah.
Everywhere else was trashy and pretty adult oriented. Now everything's supposed to be family friendly in Vegas,
Or at
least they try to be.
They've got sections for
Yeah,
it.
they've got right, exactly. So most of the casinos have things for families. There's roller coasters, there's arcades and all that. But Circus was arcades and midway games and stuff like that, all kind of prizes and all kinds of stuff for kids. And it used to be it used to also have the cheapest parking.
Oh,
It had a huge parking lot, and you could just pay. I think it was like $10 for the whole day.
Nice.
Anybody could park there. So we used to go down to the Strip and then just park at Circus, and then walk around Vegas. But it's not. I've heard it's not what it used to be. It's kind of run down, and they haven't really kept it up like they used to. But it used to be a pretty an iconic place in Vegas.
Yeah, that's the one place I know we stayed at. It was either Reno or Vegas. One of the two. I'm not sure.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode. So what was the date of Florida's Funniest? 11th?
Florida's Funniest 11th. It's Saturday,
April
the
11th. Saturday, April 11th. If you're in the South Florida area and you want to come see him and help him with that show, Florida's Funniest competition at what's the name of the theater?
At Sunrise Theater. Claude Stewart is who's been on Dry Bar is going to be headlining, doing time after the Florida Funniest comedians are up there.
All right, so come see him. I've got the Murray Hill Theater. We've got Joe Latham at the Murray Hill Theater on April 25th.
April 25th.
So please come out April 25th. You free April 25th?
I'm not because I've got the show that I'm in at Orange Park Community Theater.
Oh, is that one of your performance days?
So I'm going to be there 17th, 18th, 19th, then the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
All right.
So come see a
check it
wonderful
out.
play. Except for the 25th when you go to
come see
Murray
Joe
Hill.
Latham at the Murray Hill Theater. Please buy some tickets. May 1st, we're back at Really Good Beer Stop with Johnny Mac. Come see Johnny Mac at Really Good Beer Stop May 1st. And that's about it right now. Make sure, cheesesteaks this Monday at Shantytown. Monday, what is it, April 6th?
It'll be the 6th, yes.
Monday, April 6th, come eat some cheesesteaks at the Shantytown open mic. It'll be fun.
It sounds wonderful.
All right.
Cheesesteaks.
Thank you for listening. Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Today is whatever they say it is, and we're here for it.